On January 6, 1941, Roosevelt presented his address before Congress. It was a passionate defense of the Lend-Lease program to export weapons to the Allies in their fight against Hitler and the other Axis dictators. Via radio, much of the nation listened in, and the speech would soon travel across the world in 6 different languages. The Four Freedoms passage came near the end of the address.
In the future days, which we seek to make secure, we look forward to a world founded upon 4 essential human freedoms. The first is freedom of speech and expression everywhere in the world. The second is freedom of every person to worship God in his own way everywhere in the world. The third is freedom from want, which translated into world terms means economic understandings which will secure to every nation a healthy, peacetime life for its inhabitants everywhere in the world. The fourth is freedom from fear, which translated into world terms means a worldwide reduction of armaments to such a point and in such a thorough fashion that no nation will be in a position to commit an act of physical aggression against any neighbor anywhere in the world.
Yet the White House was to face disappointment in the days following the speech. Surprisingly, journalists and members of Congress largely overlooked the Four Freedoms, focusing instead on the Lend-Lease proposal. Even average Americans who wrote hundreds of letters to FDR in the subsequent week did not seem to understand the president's new ideal. After Pearl Harbor, the administration turned the Four Freedoms campaign over to its propaganda experts. They brought in star writers like E.B. White and Henry Pringle to explain the Four Freedoms to the public in an official pamphlet. When not even the pamphlet's wide distribution and famous authors could convince Americans to read it, the administration began to worry. By early 1943, a year or so after Pearl Harbor, the Office of War Information was ready to give up on the Four Freedoms altogether, privately calling the theme a flop.
So you started seeing songs come out about the Four Freedoms. You started seeing art come out about Four Freedoms. There were some plays that were written about it. You start seeing posters appear. And so this campaign sort of starts getting going, and at a certain point it takes on its own life, where people were deciding they want to use these ideas in their expression, whatever art form it was.
Norman Rockwell's 1943 Four Freedoms were part of the artistic effort. Thanks to the reach of the Saturday Evening Post, the four interpretations caught the public's imagination. Soon the Four Freedoms had gained a foothold in America's imagination, and the president's ideal began to resonate. As the president himself wrote to the Post, "I'm grateful for the reproductions of Norman Rockwell's paintings illustrating the Four Freedoms. He has done a superb job in bringing home the plain, everyday truths behind them."